Yeah, did you guys hear about Sonic X Shadow?
I did hear
Generation.
about that. I think it's very funny that it's called that. Also, stream is live. I'm sure there's no one in the stream yet, but you guys, feel free to talk as if you're talking to a chat.
Hey, what's up, chat? Tonight we're gonna be playing some more Apollo Justice. We're gonna be voicing the act, and it's gonna be so much fun. So glad you guys could join us all today for this awesome adventure. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
And thank you for the sponsorship. Genshin Impact.
Yeah, thank you so much to Genshin Impact for sponsoring.
Sponsoring this stream.
Yeah, sponsoring this stream.
At the moment, we're not playing Genshin Impact. However, eventually we will. So, thank you for that money, Genshin Impact people.
Real.
I'm back.
Yup. We're live.
Did Woody die?
I don't know. He's not responding.
Ball. Oh. How was Monster Hunter?
Hmm?
How was Monster Hunter?
It was alright. I did defeat Black Veil Val Hazak. Fucking annoying ass fight.
Is that the one that does the wind?
No, that's Shala Deora. Val Hazak is just the. Well, this version is just Poo Poo Monster.
Hmm.
Infects other little monsters and then absorbs their life force.
Papa?
And I think at the moment I do have to do some investigations to eventually officially fight probably like Savage Devil Joe or something, I don't know.
Oh, fun.
Not fun. Devil Joe sucks. He's so aggressive. It's not 6 p.m. in CST. What do you mean?
A pickle.
What do you mean Malthus?
Hmm?
Malthus is in the chat.
It's not Witty that's late.
Yeah.
It's not Witty's fault. I was asleep.
I didn't realize we were live.
Yeah.
Also, he said probably 6 p.m. CST. So.
What is time?
Actually,
a human concept.
With Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Solve
Yeah.
and save the mini Marios. Pre-order the Mario versus Donkey Kong game.
Time is a human concept.
I love how
Tornado for
digits.
other humans.
I love
Sonos speakers really
how
are
digits
total
at on
game
Witty's
changer.
like
Standalone,
description
they're
is
amazing,
red.
but when they're paired together,
Hunter
and I are
they
both
make an
purple.
unstoppable team.
I don't know what that's all about.
My living room comes alive with the Sonos Arc soundbar.
Hmm?
With crystal clear dialogue and cinematic sound, it really raises the bar for movie night.
When he's a little bit
Add the
long.
Sonos
Well, yeah,
wireless
he's pretty long.
subwoofer, and it's like a
Yeah, he's a
he's
pretty
laying
long
down.
guy.
This subwoofer pumps out lower lows, creating fuller, more detailed sound.
Oh
But back to
man,
the game.
3
The
gigabytes
Sonos
left
Era
on
300
Persona 3.
speakers transport
Hell yeah.
me to the field with incredible sound from pre-game to post-game and all the action.
He's
in
taking a
between.
long time.
Game-changing
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't know
Score
where
your
he went.
Sonos sound system.
He was here like
at
a minute ago.
I don't know.
Maybe he's having to watch Monica eat her food again.
Maybe.
It's available for pre-download, I think. I don't know if you can play the game yet.
Yeah,
We
I
have to
know.
wait and
My
see.
Steam says that I can after I download it, but I think it's lying to me.
Yeah, my Steam, because I haven't bought the game, goes, it'll be available to play, it'll unlock in like a day. So, it's all up in the air right now, you know? Oops.
Wonder when he's gonna start? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whenever he gets back.
In the meantime,
I'll send him
we
a
got
tweet and see if he. I'll send him like a meme or something and see if he responds.
maybe. Why am I getting like a bunch of VNs on sale?
VNs?
Via
What is
visual
that?
novels.
Oh. Probably because of me and Jan.
More specifically, dramatical murder.
Oh, definitely me and Jan.
What the fuck? It's 40% off.
Maybe I'll buy it and play it for you guys.
Oh no.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I sent him a tweet. Let's see if he responds.
Yeah.
We live in hope. Is there music playing on Woody's stream?
Nope.
Damn, this is awkward.
Yes, so.
Haha,
Oh,
guess so.
there's some-
Guess so, am I right?
Oh, well, now he's here.
Hi.
You
Let's
got
see.
people asking about your whereabouts.
This is not 6 p.m. CST.
Oh,
Yeah, that is not my fault, unfortunately, but it is.
Yeah, I already claimed the blame. Don't worry.
It's okay. Let me
It's
actually
okay, I was
put.
scrolling through Twitter with Woody.
Oh. Let me, boom, bam, bam. There we go. There's my announcement. I don't tend to tweet out my announcement. Huh. You had a Switch ad
good.
earlier? Oh, I'm sorry.
Good.
Dude, it was a lie. I can't play Persona 3 yet.
I called it. You got
Witty-
a day left.
Witty late. Witty is a little bit long? I hope so. Is P3 out already? Oh, okay. Pre-order early play bonus or something? Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Okay, it's time to start then. For real, for real. Boom.
For real, for real.
For real, for real. Are
No
you guys
ad
ready?
block on Witty's YouTube. Sad.
Oh. Yeah, true. Well, after they made it harder to block it, I didn't really care to actually
I
block
have it
it.
blocked. I have ad block on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, you're just cool then, I guess. I don't know, man.
I am cool. I'm in marketing and I hate watching ads.
Me too.
Oh, you do marketing?
I trained for it.
He did like a social media marketing course for Facebook and other social media.
Yeah.
I know. It was a joke. It was
Yeah.
a joke.
Boom. The
Boom.
game. The game.
Starting soon. What do you gotta change your
I
stream?
did change it. It is delayed.
Yeah.
I'm streaming
really
to
delayed.
I'm streaming to Discord though, so that you don't have to see the delay.
Ah, banger music.
It is banger music. So what is this 7 viewers that we've got? It's all you guys and School the Cat and Darren Fan. Yo, hey everybody. So everyone here except for me is blind on this game, and the only thing I'm not blind on, or the only thing that I am not blind on, is this first case, pretty much, and part of the second case. Everything else I am. So, boom. We going.
And we're sticking to our original roles?
I suppose. I don't see why we'd switch up unless someone else comes in to voice.
April 20th, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Boom. Also, Digit, can you speak again?
Hello.
Buddy, you gotta get closer to your mic.
Hello.
There you go.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Oh, okay. I just gotta put my microphone all the way to my face.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Also, a lot of heart, more like a lot of fart. Yeah, man, she sucks.
Yeah, real. She sucks.
Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought today would turn out like this?
My eye.
No. Was this? Who was this? No one's been her
You
yet.
wanted to
No one
be-
claimed it.
Shannon, there is a girl on the screen if you would like to be the girl.
Okay.
This is.
Oh wait, this is me now. Huh? What?
Hello, sir. Please pick a card.
What's all this about? Is this one okay?
Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it.
A trump card?
The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all.
An ace! Where do I remember that card from?
Oh fuck, my piccolo fell. Sorry.
Mr. Smith's hands has 3 aces, and Mr. Wright's has 2. It's 5 aces in all. Oh. It's true. I've seen it. The 5th ace. Ace. There was cheating. I swear to you. You.
The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red, is this blood?
You now have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it.
This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the tooth? Oh, Neptune. I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl. I'd seen her recently. But where? That's when I made the connection. Oh my god! And now we have this card.
Are we sure it's blood and not borscht?
Is-
April 20th, 2:45 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Is borscht red?
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
so. I think
It's like a reddish color. Could be borscht.
Boom.
Yeah, it's made with beets, so yes.
Oh, okay. Single drop of blood marks the front of the card.
Baldy mate.
That's all we got.
That's all she wrote.
Shannon, I do want to say, so that girl that showed up is in, like, this entire game. So if you want to hand off one of your other roles, you definitely can.
No.
Okay.
Let me read.
You are allowed to
April
read. You already read that!
You can't do that.
Court will now reconvene. Defense attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand?
Ooh.
Now, if you would. Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne.
Yes.
Get-
Your Honor. Mr. The witness state his name and occupation. Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? After you sucked me
Believe
off
me,
in the
far
chamber?
stranger things have gone on in this courtroom.
Fine. I'll play along.
First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat?
By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was as bald as your mom.
Forgive my curiosity. What is this about this fellow's bald head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in baldness.
Objection!
Ooh.
Objection.
Connor.
I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin.
Ooh. Mr. Wright.
What do you think you're doing, right?
What is your sister doing screaming in the background?
Oh no, I think you're arguing with each other.
Do you need to go check on her, or?
No,
Okay.
I'll just increase my...
Wow, things sure do look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo?
No.
Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time.
That one time. Being the instant he was wham!
Ooh.
When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and put it on his hat. He put it on his head. He did not put the hat on another hat. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout, at the time of the crime.
Oh, sorry, hold on. In other words, I must be the real killer? Is that what you're trying to say?
Ellipses. Not bad, Apollo.
Thanks, I went to law school.
Gasp! Mr. Gavin?
I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. Nani? Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intention of killing 2 people that night.
Oh my god.
I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yeah, I'm afraid in the current situation I see little reason to hide anything. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night.
Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night?
Like how the judge is like, thank god, this has taken like a week.
I agree. What's this man about to pull out of his ass?
Witness testimony. I didn't do it.
That fateful night.
So I saw his head, laying out. The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window in the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead as he appeared in the photo. Bald ass, unconscious girl in right holding the bottle in his hand. I says that was not the best place to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Mr. Right.
Like Mr. Wrong.
Objection!
So you witnessed the murder. For the better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed.
Dang.
Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantaged to Nope, we're not gonna try. To your client.
She doesn't know disadvantage.
Yes! Yes!
What else could I say? Can't say a word. I'm standing on the witness stand after all.
We're like standing on business.
Fuck yeah, I am.
So you are, Mr. Gavin.
Hmm?
And you had to testify, as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window.
Mr. Wrong.
You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo?
Oh. Where's our
Mr.
judge?
Wright, the defense should not... No. The defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant.
Yeah, I don't know, Wilson.
Phoenix has always been smart.
Mr. Justice, are you prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder.
Whack!
Punch, 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 punch. Alright.
I already said all this.
Yeah, you already said these.
Apollo, if you find me guilty, I'm firing you.
Can't fire me if you're dead. That man, you mean Mr. Smith?
He was different from the other customers, his aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that. So when you knew the true nature of your client's job...
Can I ask you, just to get a little closer to your mic again?
Hello?
Yeah, just like put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm this good enough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm literally nose tip.
Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal.
Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were besties, after all.
Worried for my bestie, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score.
I see. What happened then?
The little window. You mean the one used to keep watch up the stairs?
Yes, a relic of an ancient past. The black marketers use it. What?
Well,
Marketeers.
Marketeers.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Marketeers use it, I believe.
Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go in the room?
I'll be so honest. I thought I could fit in.
My question is, why didn't this guy call the cops? If he saw a crime, he could anonymously report a crime.
I didn't want to upset Wright, you see.
Upset Mr. Wright?
Yeah, he would have killed me. I'll be walking in on the match. Bad form, to say that at least.
So far, everything he's saying makes no sense. How do you know it was right after the moida?
Really? No need to shout, Justice.
How do you know?
I was just getting to that part of my testimony.
Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West we know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change.
I'm afraid you changed too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing hips of yours.
Whoa. With friends like these, who needs enemies? By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene specifically? What? Well, I don't imagine that. You mean this one? Or this one? Wait,
Crime photo too.
I mean, oh well.
Precisely. You see, he wasn't even wearing the hat then.
Ah.
I saw his head when he was dead.
And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat.
Can you describe the scene of the crime for us?
Those were the only 3 at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, as far as I saw at least.
And we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police?
Fuck them. First, they didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime.
Blech.
Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
Shut up! There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime.
Just as I saw, just as I said, I saw no one, not a soul. God, you
But
shut so loud.
that goes against what Mr. Wright said.
Ah, yes, the mysterious 4th person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose.
Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin.
Let me pose a question then.
Tell me. What possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand?
I didn't think about that, OG.
Perhaps you could show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary.
How can I show something I can't find myself?
Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the 5th ace.
The 5th ace. If only we had that.
Well, Mr. Justice? The question of why the killer would swap out the card has been raised. Can you point to a reason?
Yes, I can. It's a now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. I'm going to put this card in my hair and you're gonna have to take it out.
No.
What?
Because of his bird hair. Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the 5th ace?
Boom, 5th ace.
You mean this 5th ace?
My reason is, this. Wow.
No!
How well spoken.
Why is this guy an
This was,
idiot?
Ace?
Why? Why he's got blood on it? Right next to the spade.
I guess you could call this guy a real ace attorney.
What?
Oh, he's breaking. Let's get him. Baja.
This is insane.
Dog
Why
pile.
wasn't I told about this? Why?
Could this be? Could this be the missing 5th ace? Gasp, gasp, gasp.
Inconceivable, how could you? What are you doing with this card?
Well, I like to present evidence during the trial. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl.
Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred.
Why
I
did
gave
you
it to my
do that?
daughter. Cards are her stock and trade, after all.
No, impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. This is a fraud.
A fraud? How can you be so sure?
Nani?
I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer.
Ellipses, exclamation point.
Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
The reason
For the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime.
Where are you going with this?
Take another look at the photo, and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of blood have fallen on one of the cards?
I suppose.
The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
regardless, the evidence is not permissible.
Oh?
Right, regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence?
In this video game universe? Ain't no way we're talking about that right now.
Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question.
What are you talking about?
You wanted to know why the killer would have taken the card from the scene. And now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
This is baseless conjecture. Baseless, like your bitches.
Connor, are you ready?
I am ready!
Gasp!
Oh, I assure you, it's quite based!
Someone clip that.
Nani?
It's amazing, really! How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo?
Yes?
Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head.
Oh, I'm gonna turn this into a 3D image.
What the fuck?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And, before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene.
Well, what is it?
Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit. The victims? The killers? The witnesses? The second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card?
What are we thinking, Gamer Squad? So, presuming The victim, let's... Oh, Neptune, we can't look at our evidence. Oh, Neptune. Never mind. Presuming one of these people is in the wrong spot, and blood trickled backward from forehead onto card to ground, someone's position doesn't make sense, I guess.
My gut is saying number 2, but I could be wrong.
Well, if the ace was in his hand...
I would say the killer.
There was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. And the killer swapped the card out.
So would be...
I think it's the killer that's in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it might be.
Connor?
Man, I don't know. I would be swayed either way.
Alright, we're going with killer, because I think that's the consensus at the moment. Babaga da Boosh? Well, for one thing, the killer's in the wrong place. I think.
I don't know. You think? Mr. Justice, your job here is to not think, but to know.
Just looking at you reminds me of the old days. Not the, good old days, per se.
Oh, did we fuck this? How does a good old penalty sound? Let's try that one more time. And Mr. Justice, think before you sink.
Sink in the what?
He's nuts!
Alright, we're trying victim now.
I thought we were gonna try number 2.
Connor wanted victim.
Okay, we can do a victim.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it the victim?
I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice.
Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. Wow, wow, wow. You'd think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him.
Yeah.
Ah!
Look at this photograph. Every time I look, it doesn't make me laugh. If he bled here, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards.
Right, that's right. So what does this mean?
Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs.
Oh my fucking god.
Swivel chairs? Oh, man.
Apollo, try turning the chair around. In your head that you made a 3D model of. Can we hurry this up? I gotta pick my kid up from school.
The chair was facing the other way?
It would have to be. This is the power of the Nintendo DS, so we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table.
When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing?
When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo.
Boom. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around.
Ellipses.
Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know now the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction.
Again.
Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime?
I give up. Hello, Envy in the chat.
The victims? The killers? The witnesses? The second witnesses? Whose location creates a contradiction if the victim was facing away? I think this one's probably the killer now.
I'm going with killer.
Because if he was struck on the front side of his head, how he do it from the back shot?
There is...
Yeah.
Well, there is the case of that, but there is also something our second witness said, if you remember.
Yeah.
Where he was like, I saw the bald head from this window.
Yeah.
Probably not happening, is what I was thinking.
Well, he would still be bald.
Yeah.
Yeah, the truth of him being bald wouldn't change. The fact of him seeing through this window might.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we can't super tell. Maybe you could get all the way over here and go like...
Okay, we can go with 2.
Okay.
If not 2, the killer.
What doesn't make sense is the second witness.
You need to say I don't make sense. You're so fucking fired after this.
Oh, I need that money. Don't fire me.
Stay broke.
Help! Okay, I was not cooking, I guess. Shit.
Mr. Justice, I'm a little hard of hearing. Did you just say something? Would you be so kind enough to show the court one more time what you mean?
Ooh, haha. The guy that's played this before got it wrong, am I right?
Bro, game over.
The victim was struck from the front, right?
Indeed.
Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is?
I would think it would be quite hard, yes.
Ooh.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn face the wall in the middle of the game?
I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light.
Nani?
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram.
What? But there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be.
Don't worry. Let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front?
Well, I guess he'd have to be right here, right? What you guys think?
On the front?
Yeah. Phoenix
Yeah.
said to ignore logic and reasoning, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
The killer had to be standing well, in the wall.
You get points for flair, but that's all you'll get.
Ack. I thought I was cooking, too.
Hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. So you would not be cooking. And it's facing a solid cupboard. Or you're claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above. Insane.
It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime...
Wait. I'll take over from here. At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there.
What?
What is
What?
this now?
I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin?
Hey, bro, I'm confused as you.
Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Finger point.
Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard.
Your Honor?
What?
There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. It's notes on how to pick my daughter up from school. I'm gonna be extremely late.
You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright.
That's so fitting.
I do my best.
Gasp! Gasp! Gasp!
Wilson says Phoenix walked in and said, "Your
Let's
Honor,
forge ahead here while we wait.
what if the
Wait.
what if the room was just completely different for some reason? You're so real for that."
Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here, which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard in your head.
Oh, the power of the 3DS!
Thank you. Can I see inside his mind? As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. I've gained psychic abilities, too.
Yeah, that is the only explanation for that.
At
the time of the murder,
model.
it has to have been as shown here.
I want to take the paint bucket tool and just, fill in this room with the wrong colors everywhere.
No.
Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this?
What is it now?
Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact.
Huh? Oh, dang.
Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion.
Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness?
What do we think, guys?
It's
Oh,
number
man,
two.
I don't know. Maybe it's the first witness?
It's my health bar.
It's number two. Number two.
About this cupboard, are we all okay with assuming it was moved?
No. Sure, why not?
Oh, you speak for everyone now, Phoenix, huh? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs.
Ah!
Judge, stop screaming. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin.
You're cooked.
What did you say?
Oh? Is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool?
Don't expect me to play along with your game, right?
It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard.
Ellipses.
So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court. Exactly where did you witness the crime scene from?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Order!
The cupboard wasn't
Or
moved.
law! I will have order!
We just now received word from our investigative team at the Bosch Boat Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor.
Oh? And what did they find?
Well, Your Honor, it turns out there is a secret passage behind it.
What?
What the fuck?
Gasp, gasp, gasp.
Yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about.
I do remember him saying some crazy wacko shit like that.
Secret passage is a handy thing when you have... Oh, is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law.
So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go?
The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo?
I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding around when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the moida, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for the few minutes between his moida and Mr. Phoenix Wright returned from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen his bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin, come on, say something.
Ellipses.
Dare I ask, what really happened that night?
Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it. Ah. Eek. What? Why did you do that? Oh, never mind. I don't know who that was. Miss Olga O'Reilly was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout.
The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside.
He wheeled his chair around to look and...
After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime.
Too bad for him he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red.
Yeah, I don't want to say that.
Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin.
Ellipses.
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant is hereby cleared of all suspicion.
Yes!
Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances calls for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Oh, Neptune.
Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand.
Your point, Mr. Gavin?
Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick.
Excuse me?
The defendant is cleared of all suspicion. This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney.
Illegal evidence?
Objection!
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing?
Of course. This bottle, for instance.
The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was chugging?
How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? Yes, actually, the fingerprints on the bottle were upside down.
I seem to recall this being an issue earlier.
The court ends case demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down. And that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor.
Ah, see how the caught fish squirms to the last? Well, Apollo?
Yes, am I the fish?
Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that.
Yeah. Just like what? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to gulp?
Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one.
I've been tricked. Is there really another?
Take another look at the court record.
Okay.
I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight. I know I can.
How about you just say the answer? Please? Boom, we're looking again. Alright, we're here.
I was gonna say the one picture with Phoenix and Mr. Smith. Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
he would have to
he
grab
would-
it from the neck upside down.
Yeah.
Or I guess he wouldn't have to. He could lean and grab the side, but it wouldn't be implausible to say he grabbed it by the neck.
I was just gonna say it could have been a different bottle from the crate.
Oh, I guess. I was saying, if it was one of these, it would make sense that he grabbed it like that.
Oh, that's true.
See, because he just reaches his arm down and yoinks it up.
Yeah.
It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice,
Mr. Gavin said that the court and this case demand an explanation. Sorry, Judge, I'm not flipping you off right now. This is how I think. Don't worry. Justice won't leave until justice is done. Hey!
This guy's so goofy.
perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court? What evidence do you have to explain the fingerprints on the bottle that are upside down?
Boom. It's actually easier to show you than to explain, Your Honor. This is the face I make when I'm eating shit. I'm shoveling that. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair.
Excuse me, on the floor?
Everybody walk the dinosaur without getting out of your chair.
Ah.
See, you naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down.
Gasp, gasp!
Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder.
Look at this graph.
The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here. Playing piano. Horrible, horrible way to sit. Posture is the word. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times.
Well, I can't believe it was that simple.
Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph?
Ellipses.
I was drinking my usual juice then, too.
Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched them. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon.
Order, order, order! What do you have to say for these charges, Mr. Gavin?
Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection?
What?
You claim that I switched the bottle? Where's your proof?
Proof? Well, that's,
As I thought, more baseless conjuncture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Huh?
Domain expansion, Your Honor.
Oh, fuck!
When you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation?
Ah, yes, I have your memo about that there. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club. And here's the one of the bottles in question.
What? You're gonna dust for fingerprints too? I'll be surprised if any more on this but his.
Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake. True. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything.
Say, Apollo,
Yes,
why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle?
but why? Is there gonna be a card in it?
That's what I'm gonna say, just humor me.
Mr. Wright.
That bottle will solve this case once and for all.
What? That's some bottle. You dumb idiot. Oh, there's something inside the bottle.
I don't think you'd be able to pour it out like that.
What's this?
That card can't be.
Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment.
Miss Olga O'Reilly?
Yes, our little swindling Devochka? I don't know if I said that right.
At night, I planted the card like I was supposed to.
Vinky?
And Wright lost the hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Mr. Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone and the trap failed.
Well, wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you quote-unquote disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket, and found a card. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Disposed? Where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice. I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. The 5 of hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped. And the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin.
Oh my god.
Domain
Domain
expansion?
expansion.
That's that shit Wigglytuff does in Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah.
Ellipses.
That is all.
Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix? Right.
Revenge?
Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago?
Ellipses. My past is my logic. Straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction.
Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tiati. What? French?
It's pronounced titty.
A titty.
Ellipses.
This is insane. What about me? I didn't get to prosecute shit.
Well, anyways, Mr. Payne, you're a loser bozo, so...
Time to cut his hair off again.
I believe this time we finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne,
Wild.
do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin?
He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now.
I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
None that we know.
Mr. Wright, do you have anything to add?
Ellipses. I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter.
About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession to be sure, and that's all we know about him.
I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Mr. Wright?
Yes?
7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch.
Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer.
He was extremely talented, to be sure.
I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo.
Me?
This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right.
Mr. Wright.
Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it.
Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty.
Guilty.
This court is now adjourned.
This court is now adjourned. What are you stealing my line again?
I said it before it came up.
April 20th, 4:28 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Thanks, Apollo.
Are you dapping him up?
You came through just like I thought you would.
I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. the killer.
I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability?
My stand?
Yes. A domain expansion. You'll come to understand it soon enough.
Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true. True.
What's this heart attack I'm getting? What was that, Mr. Wright?
You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself.
The answer. Right. Today was full of questions without answers, most of them about Mr. Gavin.
What possible reason could he have had to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come.
Huh? Wait. You don't know, do you?
This locket is the key.
Huh? Oh, that reminds me, I met the girl whose picture is in your locket. Your dotaire?
That's right. She's my daughter. You know, I'm late for picking her up from school.
Eh?
I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him.
Wait, but that's perjury! You testified, you said that locket was yours.
I said no such thing, actually.
What?
I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth.
Wait, but then... why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter in it?
Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career.
Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin in law offices, after all. Still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs.
Apollo?
That's me.
How about coming to work for me?
You mean at the Wright & Co. law offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it.
I can't imagine that to be true, but...
Wait, but didn't you... You're not a...
Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore.
That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man, Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts?
I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence?
Forged? Who's a what's it? Ooh, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. The naughty magician's trick.
One piece of evidence struck me as odd. It's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I'll bet this was the forged evidence. What do you guys think? I know the answer, but what do we think?
It's the card.
The card.
Connor?
I'll go with the card.
It is the card. You mean this, don't you? I got this from your, spawn, Mr. Wright.
Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left, leaving the wrong card in its place, luckily for us.
Look, yes, evidence. This is fraud.
Fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer.
Nani?
My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago.
Then, you really...
Yes, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real.
But, well, you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney!
Who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo?
So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago.
Ellipses. None of that matters much now, does it?
Grrrg! Slap.
Ellipses.
I slapped him.
Ow. It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you like.
Mr. Wright.
Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that!" next time. I find it packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time.
Stop it.
Oh.
And with that, Mr. Wright walked out of the door, and then I started grooving. And that's how my first trial ever ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And at the time, I had no idea they were all related. I still don't. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins.
That's the end of the game.
Wow, what a great game.
What a trial, am I right, all my fellas?
Yeah.
Fellas.
Okay, do we want to just begin the next one and get into it a tiny bit, or no?
It's
down
up
do
to
a
the
little bit more.
squad. I'm good either way.
What did you say, Digit?
I'm down to do a little bit more.
Connor?
Let's keep going.
Okay. Episode 2, Turnabout Corner. Aw shit, we get a cutscene. As long as we draw breath, the wheel of fate turns. Spinning big crimes and little crimes together. And when the wheel stops...
Yo, that's the power of the 3DS.
You die.
June 15th, 9:12 a.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices.
So I know, like, all of the investigation for this case, but, like, none of the trial, I think. So, boom. 2 months have passed since Mr. Gavin's arrest. My first trial, and I lost both my mentor and my job. Yeah, I'll admit it. I was screwed with a capital S. But even when I hit bottom, not rock, I told myself I'd never come here. Honest. Here being the legendary Wright & Co. law offices. Okay, Justice. Time to stop trembling.
Why is there a guillotine?
You're up, Shannon, by the way.
Ah, you must be here for the interview. Right this way.
Huh?
Hello there. You found the right place. Welcome.
What is with this girl?
Let me see if I can make my voice higher pitch. I have a pretty low tone.
Well, now.
Well now, shall we begin?
Begin what?
Right. First things first. Any special talent?
Talents?
Yes, well you must have at least one.
Well, I guess defending?
Defending. An unusual talent. But it'll do. With a little jazzing up, of course.
You think so?
Let's give it a go, shall we?
Huh?
Go ahead. Show me. Defend! Just give it all you've got. Don't hold back now.
Well, what are you talking about? I can't just scream into the mic here.
First lesson. A professional can perform anywhere.
Thanks.
We want people to be laughing with us, not at us.
Thanks. But I'm not sure why they should be laughing at all.
What? What exactly do you think you came here to do?
What? Defend. No?
Ellipses. Excuse me, but do you know where you are?
Huh? The Wright & Co. law offices, right?
Oh. I was afraid of that. Don't worry, you're not the first.
Look, what's going on here? Who are you? I came here to meet with the person in charge.
Well, you've apparently made no fewer than 2 mistakes.
Mistakes? What I
got a call from Mr. Wright this morning.
You stole my line.
Sorry.
We're even now.
Even? You've taken so many from me.
Perhaps you should go read the sign out front again.
Yeah.
No, you got this. Go ahead.
What's there to read? Look, it says right there. Oh. Why does it say Wright Talent Agency?
No, you got this.
No, come on, please.
Welcome to the Right Talent Agency, where you always come to the right place. I'm Trucy Wright, CEO. I'm a magician.
It all came flooding back. The trial. That girl.
Hello, sir. Please pick a card. Card.
That's right. She's my daughter.
Trucy. Wrong.
Here, check out our flyer. So, what's your name?
Apollo. Apollo Justice, attorney at law. And now, we're gonna take a look around this goofy, wacky room.
Where's the step
Floating
ladder?
spaghetti.
So far, no stepladder. Floating spaghetti. Whoa, that fork is floating. Not. Why do you have a plate of plastic spaghetti here?
That's right.
What?
There is the whole reason I became a magician.
Do tell.
I saw a plate just like that in a restaurant once. The floating fork looked so real. That's when I knew. Someday, I'd make magic more amazing than that spaghetti.
What a shitty reason to become a magician.
Leave her alone. She was
That's so
No,
messed up.
that's... Girls got me fucked up. What the...
She is 15. Let her dream.
Wait, you're telling me she's not like 11 or 12?
She is 15.
15.
Yeah.
And also, Phoenix is 33, so if this is his bio daughter, that means...
He got so... That meant he got somebody pregnant at like 18?
And we do know someone he was dating at the time, Connor, if you recall.
That is true.
Was it...
There's no shot.
Who's the mom?
I don't know the answer to that, but if this is real and this is his bio daughter, then it would have to be the girl that went to jail at the end of the last game.
Well, shit.
There's no shot.
That's one of those hula hoop things everyone was crazy about way back when. Shit.
Really? I had no idea these were that popular.
I'm not so bad with one myself, actually.
I'm still learning. So you can really make someone levitate with it? Show me.
Huh? I have no idea how. It's just a normal hula hoop, isn't it? That table doesn't look very sturdy.
Never seen one of these. It's a magic table.
So, like, you make this teapot disappear?
So you might think, but that's not it. Before your very eyes, the contents of the pot change. From Earl Grey to Darjeeling.
Kinda hard to see the difference, I think. Wait, is this him?
There's no way.
Don't touch Mr. Charlie!
Yes! Mr. Charlie?
He's been in this office much longer than I have. I don't want to say this.
You can say Dad.
Pops.
Dad's mentor had a great fondness for Mr. Charlie. He's lived here since Dad was a rookie attorney.
Huh. Mr. Charlie. Right.
No way they have the plan.
Now, I take care of him.
That's awesome. I'm so glad they kept Charlie like that. A strange, split box leers at me from the wall. Is this one of those boxes for cutting people in half, except it would be in thirds?
That's right. This cabinet is used for the illusion called zigzag.
I've seen one on TV. Why is one just sitting here in your office?
Oh, it's a little big for me, you see. I'm using it as furniture. Hats on top, shirts in the middle, pants below. I think it's a nice touch, don't you?
It's not exactly what I'd call a welcoming decor. Boom. Hat.
Baby guillotine?
We'll get there. We're going through everything. A blue silk hat just like the one Trucy is wearing.
Oh, that's just for show. Don't wear it, please.
Last thought from my mind. Honest.
I put it there so clients can see it and know who I am. Nothing says magician like a silk top hat.
Like that one from that other case. right?
Yeah, Max Galactica.
Max
I was
Galactica.
thinking about that. I was like, my god, did she get inspired by Turnabout Big Top? Because that case does not inspire.
Lamau. There are all sorts of strange paraphernalia sitting on top of the piano.
Those are my magic props. Practice, practice, practice. Professional never leaves their weapons far from reach.
You can't play the piano with all this junk on it.
Oh, no one here plays the piano. And the neighbors complain.
I guess Mr. Wright really can't play. Poor guy. Picture. An old sepia-tinted photo of a man in a silk top hat.
That's my favorite magician. I want to be just like him someday.
Sure, nice. Guess it's good to have a role model, even if he's gotta be well over 100.
How rude!
She read my mind? What was that? And then there's this, but I don't imagine this is much of anything. All these legal books must be Mr. Wright's leftovers. There's a lot of unrelated books in here too. One Trick a Day. Magic for Idiots. I think a pro magician would aim a bit higher. Okay, boom, we're talking now. I'm gonna show you something. I'm an attorney.
Oh, I've seen one of those before. That's an attorney's badge. It looks just like the one Dad used to have. Now, if I take this badge and do this and this, see? It's gone.
Hey, my badge! What'd you do with my badge?
No need to worry. Just look in your pocket.
Huh? No way. My pocket? Wait a second, there is something in there. It's a flyer for your agency.
What the f- And here's your badge. You can have it back now. She's a terrible magician. Oh my gosh.
That's the last time I let her touch anything of mine, period. Boom. Now we're talking. So, is this really a talent agency?
You bet. Dad started it 7 years ago when he quit law. Of course, we only have 2 people signed up right now.
2 people? Does that include you?
Trucy Wright, magician extraordinaire. I've done a lot of stage shows, paid too. I'm a professional, you know.
Right.
Promise you'll come to one of my shows, okay? Let's see. Oh, the other person our agency represents is Phoenix Wright, pianist extraordinaire.
Your dad, in other words? Didn't he say he couldn't play the piano?
Our agency doesn't see that as a problem. Why, there are many magicians who can't do magic.
At least you're optimistic, I'll give you that. So you're you're Phoenix Wright's daughter?
That's right. After Dad quit law 7 years ago, I promised I would keep him fed. So I'm kind of his...
Sorry.
Digit's brother was so real for that.
Okay. So I'm kind of his...
Say it.
Show your daddy again.
Clip it! No.
No.
I'm in charge of this whole office, too. Pretty amazing for a young lass of 15, wouldn't you agree?
For 15? How old is Mr. Wright?
Dad? Oh, he's 33 this year.
I'm sure there's a good explanation. I hope.
Question mark?
About Mr. Wright giving up law. It was because of that incident 7 years ago, wasn't it?
You know about that?
Not the details. I remember the news, though. It was a big deal.
So I hear. I was too young to understand what was going on. I'll ask Dad about it next time I get the chance.
Daddy Wright.
Dad.
That reminds me. About Mr. Wright. He gave me a call this morning to come in.
I don't like how much Daddy is being thrown around here. Okay. It's not fun.
The word has no power over me, but you're fine to skip it.
I don't want to.
Skip it! Say Dad. Dad is fine.
Dad's
Yeah.
not here right now. What? He's in the hospital.
The hospital?
Yeah, he's on strict bed rest till he gets better.
Wha- What? Okay. Which hospital is he in? I'll pay him a visit.
Oh, the Hickfield Clinic. It's quite close.
Oh,
Right.
I'm so glad it wasn't the Hottie Clinic.
Well, I'll be going now, and I'll, give this showbiz gig some thought, okay?
Wait, I'll go with you.
Okay.
Dude, I hate being a 15-year-old. June 15th, 9:45 a.m.
Oh my
Hickfield
god.
Clinic.
He has the death anime flowers above his bed.
Oh my.
Well,
He's also
not-
watching Steel Samurai.
they're not the death anime flowers. These flowers are just like really poisonous and represent death in
Yeah.
like the language of flowers.
Why does he have that in a hospital?
And he's drinking grape juice.
Who gave it to
and
him
he's
is
got
the
a
real
little
question.
piano.
Oh, Neptune. So, this is Mr. Wright's hospital. He owns the whole thing.
Oh my god, why is he here?
So this is Digit.
Me?
Yep.
This is room.
Yeah. Are you the doctor?
Oh, yep. Dr. Hickfield. The name.
Good morning, doctor.
Oh, hi there, Tosie. Choose ever.
Is this Dad's room?
Oh, yeah. Said he's going for a morning checkup. Be back soon. Oh, you Miss Tosie. Night.
Oh my god.
Doctor. Oh.
Doctor, the nurse was looking for you.
Why, isn't Daddy-O the cutest little thing in town? Guess I'll be off then. Later, Tosie.
So yeah, he's like barely in this case, but he is the worst ever. It's horrible that he had to come back. Wow, what an odd bird that guy was.
Good morning. Didn't expect you so soon, Apollo.
Mr. Wright.
Damn, this shit's...
This slaps a little bit.
Bro.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, look at my badge.
Wow, I'm jealous.
How could you be jealous?
It's been 7 years. I have not had one of these for a while because I'm a filthy filth.
I guess 7 years is a lot of time to become jealous.
That's fuck. You show him your attorney's badge. This first thing he sees.
Hey, I know you're sick, but fuck you.
What's that on TV? Looks like some sort of action hero show.
What?
Trucy. Shannon.
Hello.
Oh, I know that one. That's the Sniffling Samurai.
Shannon.
Can I just end it all?
This is like a JoJo moment.
Ah! His booger flick attack is big with the grade school crowd.
I had no idea you liked this kind of stuff, Mr. Wright.
Well, what else is there to do when you're stuck in bed? Besides, the episodes will just keep piling up if I don't keep up, you know?
Yeah. Try not buying them.
Now's the only time I get to watch and write up my reports.
Your reports?
It's a long story. Like a lot of things, actually. Have I ever told you about Edgeworth?
You would do that. Mr. Wright's bed. It's really messy.
Look how messy this is. You're just hopeless without me, aren't you, Dad?
Yikes! She's attempting to kill him, look out!
You got me. What can I say? I was raised in a barn. Try not to let word get out, Apollo, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it might ruin your illustrious career pretending to play the piano. Damn. A swaying, spiraling stack of DVD cases. The Steel Samurai, the Nickel Samurai, the Pink Princess, the Zappy Samurai, Electric Bugaboo. They're all children's action hero shows.
This kid I know keeps sending them to me.
Huh. Like a niece or nephew?
Something like that.
Like the collection. This kid's parents must be really generous with their allowance. Funny, Mr. Wright doesn't seem the type that kids would like.
Dad, you snuck some grape juice in again? The doctor said you weren't supposed to drink that here. I'm assuming that grape juice is
Brucey, look at the label.
Point for wine?
Yeah, probably.
Oh. Deep sea mineral water. That's fine, I guess.
I switched the labels. Don't tell Trucy, okay?
Oh my god.
What can I say? The man loves his grape juice.
This guy's an alcoholic.
It'd be like that.
I mean, that's part of the whole deadbeat dad thing.
This looks like a child's toy piano.
Gotta practice. Wouldn't want my fingers to get stiff. He said that with like that smile on his face, like I gotta keep up. A pro always keeps his weapon close at hand. Like this gun. Shall I play you a tune?
Don't shoot me, thanks.
Ah, how unfortunate. I so rarely get a chance to shoot people.
I think this bag. Oh, nope, no bag. Nothing. What happened? So, what happened?
Who could have imagined it? Me, victim of a hit and run.
A hitting? You were hit by a car?
Oh, he tried to swerve, I'll give him that. Picture me tossed 30 feet through the air. Only stopping when my head hit that telephone pole.
Jesus, you hit a telephone pole with your head? Are you okay?
Thankfully, my only injury was a sprained ankle.
He really is as lucky as they say. There's something that, well, it just doesn't sit right. I just can't believe you have a daughter. And she's so big? Not fat, but, you know what I mean.
What?
Oh, Trucy's still a child.
Dad, how many times do I have to remind you? I'm not a child anymore!
But you'll always be... Oh, God.
Say it. Damn.
Oh, he's
I thought
it.
you.
Oh,
I thought that sounded like a guy that really didn't want to say it.
I'll say it, I mean...
Shannon,
But you'll always be daddy's little baby girl to me,
Shannon,
Trucy.
I've been letting you say dad instead of the other word, but that whole sentence is tough to say. You haven't had a sentence that bad yet.
we had a sentence where I literally said I was a sugar daddy, and you're gonna say it wasn't that
That's
bad?
funny.
I think that isn't
That was a
that
pretty
bad.
funny one, though.
There's a difference between funny and Danny's little baby girl. That's all I'm saying. Ahaha, my foot. I am not buying it.
Oh, something you should know about Trucy.
She's a magician,
He's a ma-
right? Oh,
Fuck. Not a mere stage magician. She's a genius.
Tee-hee! Aw, Dad.
You'll soon come to appreciate her talent.
you could just tell me things instead of insinuating them. You could. Nope. So, why did you contact me? What could the right talent agency possibly want with me?
No need to get prickly now.
Hey, I didn't ask to be dragged in like this, and I'm not a cactus.
Huh? But didn't you come into the office of your own free will anyway?
Well, yeah, of course. Help! We're in big trouble here at the office, big! I thought someone was dying.
No, you don't think this is big trouble. My talent agency represents people. Only 2 of them. And one of them is in the hospital.
That's right. Dad, how are you gonna pay this month's rent and groceries?
Yeah, that's the problem with such a tight operation.
Oh my god.
It's a symbiotic relationship. When one of us falls, the other 2 must fall.
Hey, this isn't exactly a suitable conversation to be having with a 15-year-old kid.
In any case, if Apollo here can't help you, you'll have to transfer to a new school again.
No, I can't. I only just made friends. How could you do this to me? To us? Polly!
Huh? What, now it's my fault?
Yep, sounds about right. On that note, how about you come work for us? I've got the perfect client for you already lined up.
A client? You mean I get to do my job? I get to defend in court? Alright, I'll hear what you have to say.
You got him, Dad. Hook, line, and sinker.
Pizza sub at tier 1 for 13 months. Hello, pizza. I'm sorry that you missed the end of Great Ace Attorney and the start of this game, but hi!
Pizza.
Pizza, pizza.
Aha! Now it's time to reel him in.
It's official. I'm pooping myself. Alright, so who's the client?
Ah, yes. Here, take a look at the map and I'll explain. Last night I left the office just before 9 o'clock. I was going to that... What?
Indokine? Indochin? I don't know.
Pasta joint. Al dente's.
Al dente! Yo!
Yeah,
So
I
fucking.
I played piano there, of course. That's when it happened.
Bro, he just stood
The
there.
car sent me flying, nicked a telephone pole. Nick. And zoomed away. Creepy, huh?
Just a tad. It's almost as creepy as hearing you tell the story like it was no big deal getting hit by a car.
The car sped off in this direction. So, good luck.
Huh?
You wanted a client, didn't you? Well, I'm your client. Find the guy who knocked me into that telephone pole.
Whoa, hold on. I'm a defense attorney, not a detective.
Don't worry. Once you found the guy, I intend to sue him. Then you can stick it to him in court.
not a prosecutor either. I'm sorry, but this is crazy. I'm going home.
Don't get so worked up. It was just a joke.
Oh.
Oh, Dad. Sorry, Apollo. He just loves jokes, you know. Even the ones that aren't very funny.
Damn.
Your real client should be stopping by the office any time now.
The office that looks like a tornado went through it?
The office? You mean the talent agency? No harm in going. It's not like I have anything else to do.
One more thing. Do look into my accident too, would you? I marked the scene of the tragedy on this map. Did I tell you I only sprained my ankle from this? It's right in front of this park. Should be easy to find.
Why is he in the hospital if he only sprained his ankle?
Why is that park named People Park?
So, he's going to make me investigate this after all.
These are the questions we need answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got People Park, Mr. Wright's office. Oh, we can move. And 5 yards river.
I think it's just telling us that the river is 5 yards.
Yeah.
No, I would like to believe that that's the name of the river. I marked the location of the accident on your map. Find the criminal who knocked me into that telephone pole.
Alright.
Let's move.
Let's meet our client, and then we can end there. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
June 15th, 10:05 a.m. Wright Talent Agency.
Hey!
Actually, that's not what he sounds like. He's old. Connor, do you want to be an old guy?
How long you planning on making me wait, eh?
Ah, good morning.
Hey there, Trucy doll. Sounds like your pops had a bit of a rough spot, eh?
All's well that ends well, I guess.
This is our client?
Hey, so this is that Paulo fellow, eh?
Oh, yes? The name's Apollo.
Look at him there, arms all crossed like, ready to fight.
Yes, sir. You don't mean that literally, do you?
The boss told you what I need, right? Don't let me down now, Paulo.
Don't worry about your defense, sir. I'm on it.
Defense? I needed a prosecutor. Your noodle half cooked? It's too late for defense. My castle's been stormed. My keep's been kept. My noodle stand's been stolen.
Noodle?
You know, Mr. Eldoon from the noodle stand, don't you, Polly?
No nicknames, please. And no, of course I don't know him.
You new in these parts?
Not really.
Then you know the best noodles in town, Eldoon's Noodles. Noodles.
Whose noodles?
It is a palindrome.
My noodles. Help me out here, Trucy doll.
This is Mr. Guy Eldoon, our client. Maybe you can tell us what the problem is, Mr. Eldoon? Oh my god.
What the fuck? Anything for you, Trucy doll.
Do we want to, like, talk to this guy first, or?
Yeah.
No, we should examine.
Oh, well, you can see if there's anything new.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be we could examine him, but no.
Oh, nah. Sometimes things change the... Nope. I meant, do we want to talk to him and then call it? That's what I was saying.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Who is this guy? So, you run a noodle stand, Mr.
Eldoon. Guy Eldoon's the name, and noodles are my game. The secret's in the soup. I've been searching for the perfect soup for a year and a half.
Oh, that's not that long, really.
My family's been noodle men for generations. Got a lot of expectation on my shoulders. 15 fathers passing the noodle to 15 sons.
That's a pretty old noodle.
Aye, and fool that I was, I pushed it away. I rebelled against my pops and picked another livelihood. But that didn't turn out so well.
Oh,
There was no denying it. Salty broth runs through these veins, boy.
So, it was like destiny that you became what you are?
Right, destiny's the word. Oh, I fought it. But in the end, I was bound by the twisted noodle of fate.
not a mental image I care to linger on.
So last year, I started my noodle stand. The 15th generation of Eldon's Noodles.
So tell me more about the Elden Ring DLC.
You don't know the genius that are my noodles? I make them so salty, why they're saltier than salt.
Oh, I really don't want to find out.
Dad's a regular at his noodles.
I'm so
He
sorry.
frequented my pop's stand back during his attorney days, too.
I was just like holding my hand on the mouse, and I was like, yeah, my hand's tired from holding the mouse, because I'm an idiot, and not just pressing the spacebar.
Yep, him and his assistant.
I'm sorry. I'll be sure to drop by your stand soon.
Wish you could, Sonny.
Eh?
Heck, I wish I could. I'd give anything for a bowl about now.
What do you mean?
It was stolen! My stand! Gone!
Stolen?
It was last night. I was doing my rounds, blowing my whistle.
It's like an ice cream truck bell, but louder. He even gets complaints. That's not good.
Now you're just trying to butter me up.
Sounded more like the blues than a whistle.
I closed up my stand for the night and parked by the house. Then this morning, dark and early, it was gone. My keep, my castle, ooh!
Maybe some bum carted it off. Just guessing here.
Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too.
That's the saddest thing I've heard all day.
You know it. Anyhow, that's the deal. Good luck.
Good. Huh? Wait, what exactly is your request?
My noodle stand. Find it. And the day you bring my baby back is the day you feast on as many noodles as you want. Of course, I make it so hot and salty 2 bowls to kill a man. Then I'd really need a defense.
Speaking of defense, that's what I do. I'm a lawyer, not a detective.
This is where I live. You drop by if you need any info, okay?
A fucking harmonica
Get it back
man.
today if you can, Paulo. I got noodles to make.
Things have certainly taken a turn for the JoJo's Bizarre. Traffic accidents and noodle stand thieves.
Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you about too, Apollo.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, listen to the lady's problem now. Don't be cruel.
So this one's a little weird. Just gonna preface this. to you guys. It's a little weird. I forgot about this, and then I remembered during this conversation.
I lost something last night. That is, something was stolen.
Oh, I know.
Hey, what's this? More thieving and skullduggery?
Well, someone stole a pair. Oh God.
You don't have to say it. This word is...
No.
Okay.
Someone stole a pair of my panties.
Panties?
Anti-raid.
So they were, stolen?
My panties, yes.
Right. Panties.
That's a crying shame, that is, Trucy Doll. Ugh.
The guy who made
in the office last night. I had...
You could say them. Oh, Wilson says, what if we say janties instead? I think that's a great idea.
Okay. I hung my janties out on the window there to dry. When a thief came and took them, my favorite janties. I ran after him. Give those back, I shouted. Wait!
Well, that was certainly brave of you.
But I lost him. Without those janties, I don't know what I'll do. Buy a new pair! What
Darn crying shame, yup.
Police, the scene of the crime is convenient. I'll mark it on your map.
So we're just trying to figure out 3 different fucking mysteries?
Yep.
I'll be heading home now. Remember, find my stand and there's an empty bowl in your future, Paulo.
Right.
And you help out Trucy Doll here too, you hear?
Things have certainly picked up, haven't they? We had no work yesterday, and now we have 3 cases.
I guess.
Let's see where we stand.
Not in the courtroom, that's where. Well, the first item on our list...
Phoenix Wright, Dad's hit-and-run accident. We have to find the one who hit him.
Who's going to pay us for this again?
And the second item, Mr. Aldoon's request to find the stolen stand.
For which we stand to gain a bowl of salty noodles.
And the last request is mine. To find my stolen janties.
That bowl of noodles is looking better and better.
Let's go, Polly! To the streets!
Aren't you enthusiastic?
How could I not be? Let's crack these cases, you and me.
Guess we might as well get started. Let's see, a hit and run, a stolen stand, and last but not least, stolen janties. Alright, and I guess that's where we're ending it today, unless you all would like to keep going. I was under the impression Connor...
Wilson said he was claiming to be the voice of 2 characters and he'll just show up when they do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
New characters, in this trial, there's one, but I don't imagine that's who Wilson's talking about. So yeah, I think it'll be a bit, probably, before we get to whoever he's thinking of.
Yeah.
We good to stop here, fellas? All my fellas.
Yes.
Okay.
That Aldoon guy makes my throat hurt.
Gotcha. Trust me, I feel that, brother.
Wait. I'm redeeming.
Alright.
Oh man, I've been drinking water the whole time.
I've been drinking milk.
Milk is more is a hydration drink.
Did you hear me drink the water?
Yeah.
No, but I trust your trust
Oh,
here.
Listen, redeem stretch. Going to get up and praise the sun. Awesome. Well, for everyone that came by, regardless of if you stuck around the whole time, showed up towards the end, sorry pizza, or anywhere in between, thank you. It's fun doing this with a gamer squad. As far as the schedule goes for streams this week, I imagine Connor will want to play Persona on at least Friday. Since we're busy tomorrow. I will not be streaming tomorrow. We may do another of this on Saturday. We'll see, I guess. Digit's busy on Saturday, got it? Oh! Well, I guess we're all busy on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Well, then I might stream on my own on Saturday. And then Sunday, I guess we have D&D. So, I might see...
Monday?
Yeah, we might see about Monday next week for another Ace Attorney stream. But in the meantime, maybe stream later this week. I'll say in the Discord if so. Anyway, thanks for coming by. Remember to glip gloop